Hello and welcome to Demon Reviews, episode 113. I'm your host, Springy, and joining us today is our very special guest,
Creepy anime freak.
Woo! So first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Tired. Been a busy week, but otherwise I'm doing good.
That is awesome to hear. Well, so the first question is going to be, have you ever been interviewed like this before?
Nope.
Well,
I haven't.
Well, that's awesome, and we are happy to be your first. I'm trying to make it not sound sexual. It's very hard.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I get what you mean.
But so the next question is it's very serious, very hard-hitting question. Would you rather eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
I like both, honestly. Why not go on a hike while eating Cheetos?
That's an option too. That's the secret third option. I totally didn't forget to put on my glasses until just now. So I can read the
You're
question.
a different person now. Who are you?
No. Just gonna skip a few and then go back. Just because your online name is Creepy Anime Freak, right?
Yeah, usually it's Creepy Anime Freak or Cat Cosplay, one or the other. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, why did you pick either of those names or both of them?
Okay, that's actually a funny story. That was when I first made my Instagram, which was like years ago, like probably 2014. And at the time, I was like a teenager. I was like all like a little weeb. So I picked it because I like creepy things, I love anime, and I like horror anime. So I put it all together because I've watched a lot of anime in my time. I'm not that old, trust me, but I've watched a lot of anime over the years. And it kind of just stuck to me. Like, one time I made this poll, oh, should I change my username? People were like, no, it's iconic, you can't change it. So now it's kind of stuck with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely a name to remember.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get this out of the way now. So people might recognize you from a little project we did. As of this recording, it will be recorded next month, but as of this releasing, it was released.
Yes.
About a little bit over a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our lovely Nora who did that, and I will not be asking any questions about it because we have not done it yet.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. But this will be coming out like almost 2 months later, so. Because it comes out in the beginning of November, and this will come out like third week of December. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way now. So, and if you want to go see that one, maybe there'll be a link. Maybe the little eye thing will pop up a thing. Maybe. I just hope I remember exactly what time that is. I don't know. So, just carry on with the actual written down questions. Do you have any other new cosplays planned to do that you're able to tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
I can tell you, I actually have some funny cosplays going on. So, one of the ones I currently am going to work on is, I'm sorry I'm laughing because it's really funny. Okay. It's SpongeBob from the movie. Goofy Goober SpongeBob, when he's wearing the cape and everything. I like to call it God tier SpongeBob because that's like his peak. So I have that in the mix, and I also, for Halloween, also another cosplay is the game that's currently, the hype right now, Among Us. I'm getting that together. I'm going to be the pink astronaut. It's going to be great. So those are my cosplays I'm currently, like, working on and all that.
Awesome. And by the time it comes out, you can definitely go and see, I assume, at least the Halloween one. And all that, and go and see it. So, awesome. Yeah. Only problem with scheduling If you do that far out, it's like, I have this coming up. It's going to be out by then. But that's a little bit on my side. So, the next thing is the stereotypical YouTube thing. I know, a lot of sidetracking. I'm sorry.
No, you're
The
good.
stereotypical YouTube thing of don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you have any questions for our lovely guest here, put them in the comment section below. That's the smoothest I've ever done that. And and if you have any questions for our lovely guest, I'll sift through them. And if we ever get them back onto the show, I'll ask them your questions. Nothing weird. So, the actual next question, and hopefully no more sidebars like that. What was the hardest thing about getting into one of your cosplays?
One of the hardest cosplays to get into or to make?
It's this question in particular is more getting into them, but there will be one in the future for.
If I have to say, the one that really just was hard to get into is my Blue Diamond cosplay, which is my profile picture on Instagram, because I wear these arm socks that I got commissioned, and then I kind of have to pin it to the dress so none of my skin shows because I'm painting myself blue. It's blue arm socks, and then just functioning with this heavy dress and my veil that's super long. It's definitely one of the hardest ones to get into, for sure.
Awesome. Well, just since we're on the topic of it, let's just get on to it. What's the hard thing about creating one of your cosplays?
One of the hardest things, I guess, is learning on the way. I remember when I was sewing, I was not that great at it. We have horror stories, so we won't get into that. And then my current girlfriend taught me how to sew, more improve. So I guess just sewing, the whole world of sewing is a little hard, but don't feel discouraged because honestly, if I can do it, anyone can do it because I was hot gluing my cosplays at one point. So I guess that and armor, putting together armor. I'm still learning that, but I can say one of my proudest ones is my Nora hammer. So yeah, I guess that's one of the hard things of cosplay.
Awesome. Well, I promise you I know more than one word. But so the next question is coming from a past guest, a Mr. Zoom _ 2028. It's a very long, very complicated question. Bacon ?
Bacon.
Good answer. Good answer. So the next one is coming from the same past guest. Even longer and more complicated. Peanut butter ?
Peanut butter. It's very long. Oof, I had to think about that one.
Yeah, I know. So, since you answered correctly on both of them, you get the secret bonus question of bacon and peanut butter.
I would try it. That's my answer.
That's completely understandable. We've thought of different recipes of how to do that. It's like peanut butter cookies with some bacon in it. Maybe that's maybe the most palatable way of doing it. Sticking a piece of bacon inside of a jar of peanut butter.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't good, then you've ruined a jar of peanut butter. So the next question is have you ever gone to any sort of convention before? It's kind of
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Awesome. I want to double check that before I got into the next one of how many cons have you gone to before, or if it's easier, how many different cons have you gone to?
Okay. I started going into cons 2013. New York City Comic Con was my first con. 2015, 16, I started to go to more. So, overall, I don't know, but I've gone to many different cons. I've been to KatsuCon, Anime Boston, CPAC, Anime NYC, ColosCon East. You know, just a whole bunch East Coast cons.
Awesome. So since we're on the topic of cons, I know it's a little bit hard to say, a con plans as of right now because of, COVID and all that fun stuff. Is there any that you're hoping to attend to in the near future?
Hopefully I want to attend KatsuCon. If things are better, if like we could be in a place and it's safe enough for us, to be, then I'll definitely attend Comic-Con, oh my god, KatsuCon. I have an idea of what a lineup would be, but like I said, if it gets bad, like all of the percentages and numbers, if they get really bad again, I'm probably gonna be like, no.
Yeah. That's completely understandable. So let me double check if I have any more. Favorite convention memory?
It's a lot of good memories. I guess one of my favorites as of recently is when I think it was this past KatsuCon. Yes. Me and my friends, we did Demon Slayer at night, and we were just gooning. We were in the elevator, just chilling, but not like taking up a whole bunch of room or anything. But we were just like sitting there, and one of our friends who were like outside the elevator got a photo from us behind. It was really funny, and it was just a fun, good, like humble memory. That's definitely one of my favorites.
Awesome. Is there anybody from the cosplay community, from Instagram or TikTok / Musically, that you'd like to do some sort of collaboration with in real life or in some sort of way?
There probably are some. I just can't think of it right now. Let me see. My mind's going blank right now. I hate it. I'm gonna think about it later. I'm gonna be like, oh shoot, I should have said this person. But yeah, definitely there are definitely some people out there, especially on TikTok and Instagram, that are just wonderful, and they're they're big creators. I'm a little itty bitty creator, but yeah, I'd love to do a collaboration with those people.
Awesome. I'm just checking time and question amount to see what's next. Let's go with one. Yes, just finish off this side of the listing. This next question coming from another past guest, but don't worry, it's not Mr. Zim. It's coming from a Shannon Carruthers. You're going to be the star of a movie. Who would you want your co-star to be, and what genre of movie would it be?
A horror movie. I love horror. I'm totally fine with either being the protagonist or a victim. Honestly, co-star could either be the protagonist's friend or the killer. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely fine with either or.
Awesome. Well, who would your co-star be?
As a person?
Yeah, it could be either one of your friends, or it could be an actor.
Oh. Okay, I got you. I have probably my friend Uno. They would definitely either be the killer or the protagonist's friend.
Yeah. So the next question is coming from one of our fans on Instagram. Is a Charlie_Aronson99. What is one thing you regret doing on camera?
I don't think there's anything really I regret doing on camera so far, thankfully. So yeah, I don't really have a regret.
That is really awesome to hear. So the last question before we get into the videos that you sent in, coming from a past guest as well, a Harley F. Quinn. What are those?
These are my Crocs.
That is that's as good as an answer as we were going to expect. But wow, my brain is being fried today. I'm very sorry.
No, you're good.
Now we're going to be going into the videos that you sent in. Okay, so hopefully this works out good. Awesome. And let me just fix all my settings, go back to where I was. So I have to say both those videos were really awesome. Do you have anything
Thank you.
to say about them at all?
They were actually taken at Katsu of this past year, I believe. Yes, this past year. It's been so long. I'm like, was it this year? And like we were in the middle of a photo shoot. It wasn't my turn, so I was like, oh, let me just take some TikToks. And so I just made the cosplay V7 Nora, which like came out. That was like, I have to take TikToks, so I did.
That is amazing.
Thank
you. No more than one word. But so now we're gonna get into the rest of the questions. So the next question is, would you keep a pet zombie or would you kill it?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh yeah, sorry. Would you keep a pet zombie or would you kill it?
I already have a demon animal, so I would not keep the pet zombie. I would have to kill the zombie, unfortunately, but
Really understandable.
Yeah.
So the next question is which character that you cosplay is your favorite one to cosplay as?
Oh no! Don't ask me this question because I have a lot of favorites. Oh man. I really do have a lot of favorites. I don't think I have a favorite, but if I had to ultimately choose, I guess just coincidentally would probably be Nora because I cosplayed her for a really long time. Love the color schemes on her. Love her as a character. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me, I have to say. The next one is going to be, what is one thing you want people to know about the characters that you cosplay as?
Okay. One thing. Well, I guess most of the characters that I cosplay are either ones that I heavily relate to, or I can see myself in their shoes, or they just they put a deer like they just mean a lot to me. It's either that or it's just like, oh, I like to do like goofy goon characters like SpongeBob. So it's one or the other.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, God. Oh, my whole body's being weird today. I don't know why. So kind of on the same topic. How are you and some of the characters that you cosplay alike, and how are you different?
Okay. So I'm gonna go touch back on Nora. I'm not trying to toot my horn or anything. This is just coincidentally. I guess like similarly, like I didn't exactly like go through like her backstory. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone who is new to Ruby, but I do relate to it. Definitely relate to her. I relate to her personality, like seeing her like hyper in the beginning and like crazy. It made me think like, oh, that's like me. Like I also have ADHD. I'm not sure if they like kind of like meant to like represent it in her or not, because she did calm down, but like it definitely like stuck to me. And then like her friendship relationship with her partner, her teammate, related to like me and my um friend, my current partner. So like it's a lot. I could get into it if you wanted me to, but I definitely like relate to her. I guess the difference is that, obviously like she could wield this giant hammer, and like she's very like flexible, and she could fight, and I'm not that flexible. I don't know if I could fight that well. um Obviously I didn't have the same backstory as her, or like the same experiences and whatnot.
Yeah. And when you get struck by lightning,
Oh no, I don't get struck by lightning.
uh,
I have been electrocuted before. I can't say that.
um, well, so, next question is, have you ever created any cosplays just for TikTok or Instagram, or yeah?
Uh, no, I mean, no, not really. They just kind of work out to being on TikTok.
The video. So, what is one of the biggest misconceptions about you and/or your cosplays?
Hmm. Um, I am not sure. Let me see. Honestly, I'm not sure because I'm very. It's like it's very obvious what I do cosplay, like the characters.
Mhm.
So like people would know what character I would cosplay. Like if they watch a show, like, hey, you would be this character, great. And I watch a show, I'm like, huh, they were right, because they know me so well. But if I had to say if there was any misconceptions, I guess like no, there's no misconceptions. I can't think of anyone. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Makes sense. Um, the next question is, what is one of the best compliments you've ever gotten?
Hmm. One of the best compliments I ever got, and I can't remember what cosplay it was, but is someone. Oh, yes, I remember it. I was doing Tokyo Mew Mew. I was doing Ichigo. I definitely, I liked it, but I also didn't like it. But everyone was like complimenting me, and they were like loving it, and I'm like thinking, oh, I could have improved this. I could have done that, which I'm going to. But like, just people like complimenting on like how it looked just made me feel so much better. So I definitely think that was one of the best compliments. The compliments of on work you think you didn't do well on, but to others, people are like, "Holy crap, you did well on." So like one of those.
That makes complete sense to me, like 100%. There are ones that I'm personally not proud of, and that's like, wow, you attempted that. That's better than.
Mhm.
Um, but so the next question is going to be, for the content that you create. Is it the ones that you most enjoyed making, or is it the ones that surprised you that get the most attention?
Um, it's mostly the ones that I enjoy making. The ones that make me feel warm and fuzzy. It's like I can't wait to do this, or I can't wait to cosplay this with so and so, and then put it out. Sometimes I like to add a little sprinkle of surprise. Very sometimes. But yeah, it's mostly just what I like to do, what I like to put out there.
Well, that is it for my little listy-do. So that means we only have 4 more questions to go.
Oh, we went through those questions.
Right. But so one of the final 4 questions is going to be: do you have any questions for me as an individual, or about the show, or comments or concerns that you would like to address?
I don't think I have any questions. I think you're doing wonderful, and it's awesome what you do, doing interviews and stuff like that. I appreciate it. I love it.
I am so happy to hear that. So our next question, the part of the final 3, I promise I won't just keep on saying that, is going to be: who would you like to see on the show in the future?
What I'd like to see on the show in the future? I guess. Let me see. I guess I'd love to see Onyx Glow on Instagram. You know, that's my significant other, but she's like, she could be really feral or really princess. There's no in between. So I'd love to see how she'd do.
Awesome. Well, chronologically, of how these are released is technically your second time on, but as of this recording, we have plans for you to come back. But just to ask, would you ever like to come back to the show?
I would definitely like to come back. I had a good time answering questions. You know, just chilling, vibing.
Awesome. And don't forget to go watch the fun Juniper thing that we did a little bit over a month ago. So, yeah, shameless plug there. So, the final question is going to be: do you have any questions for a future guest?
What do you love most about cosplay?
Ooh.
Guess that's my question to
Awesome.
the future guest.
I will definitely write that down and put it on the other list. There's 2 lists. First list,
Ooh.
second list, back again. But I have to say thank you so much for being on the show. I highly appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm an honor to be here.
Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to follow this lovely person on the TikToks, on the Instagrams, and all that fun stuff. All that will be in the description below. And at least I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.